Welcome to Group 3 qualifiers of Mordors Regional Pit Fighting Championships. I'm your host, Potates, and before we take a look at today's challenges, let's recap the action-packed Group 2. The first fight saw the battle of those who like to smash and those who like to stab, as Doug's limp leg stabbed his way to victory and into our hearts. The next matchup had Shakar Brain Butter showing Norsko the cook that well-prepared meals were a waste of time, as he carved up and ate him then and there. In the third bracket, Zuka, Mordor's wealthiest orc aristocrat, beat down the champion of the ghetto Booth with a firm slice of his Mirian elven crafted sword. The fourth bracket had Ratak Tasty showing Erlistak the monster that maybe he should have taken life a little less seriously, as he succumbed to his deadly poop poison. Shakar took a few more limbs as he carved up Doug's, making him the first to go through to the semi-finals. Finally, Ratak pierced Suzuka's impenetrable armor with overwhelming force to secure his place as the second Uruk to make it through to the semi-finals. This competition has me on the edge of my seat. Both Ratak Tasty and Skoth the Lookout were unfavoured Uruk that beat all odds to earn their spot in the semis, but they will be versing crowd favourites Tuka the Pretender and Shakar Brain Biter. The crowd is still backing the megastar Tuka the Pretender, and at last check, over 90% favour him to take the whole thing. With 4 more semi-finalists to be revealed, it's nowhere near over yet. Once again, a win in the first round will get you into the second. A win in the second round will get you to the semi-finals as a fully qualified contender. So 6 qualifying matches overall today. There are 4 qualifiers overall, with this being the third. Today's semi-finalists will join Tuka, Skoth, Shakar and Ratak. The final qualifier will bring the total to 8 semi-finalists, at which time viewers at home can vote who they think will come out on top. A right prediction will win one viewer a game of their choice up to the value of $50 USD, so make sure you keep your eyes glued to /potates. Also, write in the comments who you think will get to the semi-finals today, starting now. It's no fun if you wait until the end. I'll pin the best comments to the video and they'll get an extra entry into the competition. So let's look at the challenges for round 3 qualifiers. Immediately I notice a few faces from the likes of Crimp the Bloody, who resident Mordor goers will recognize from his ear-piercing battle screeches. He is mute until it's time to kill, so naturally he's always screeching. Shaq Blackheart is also joining the fray today. Typically keeps to the shadows, a relatively unknown assassin of Mordor, but that just means he's doing his job right. I see Grund the Caragor trainer in the mix too, strong contender who I hear gave the tournament organisers a bit of trouble to recruit. You can see that all on Twitch's VODs. As viewers from home got to choose the Orcs competing today, live, so check it out if that's something you'd like to see. First up is Naziro the Grinder.
Thought I'd drop by and kill you! Hope that's not an imposition.
Mounted on his trusty Caragor, Tinder, Naziro raids supplies from all over Mordor. This is already stressful work, but after his run-in with the Bright Lord and subsequent shaming, Naziro has developed a teeth-grinding problem. His sharp teeth are now as flat as a pink skin's. Mordor dentists aren't really more than glorified blacksmiths, so naturally he now adorns a dangerous faceplate to stop the grinding and hide his shame. He wields a hook-like mace for easy snatching during high-speed raids. Naziro has a surprisingly high amount of empathy, feeling pain for every orc he kills. This is due to the curse that was laid on him by the Witch Queen after snatching her purse and feeling no remorse. Don't let this all fool you though. Naziro is a dangerous adrenaline junkie that will use anything at his disposal to win, including spreading the empathy curse to all his enemies. He will be fighting Beca the Brown in round 1.
Fool! You don't deserve to hunt the beasts of Mordor. You're nothing more than a beast to be hunted yourself.
We have heard the stories about Beca and his faithful gang of elites. I'll retell it to the best of my ability for a little refresher. Beca the Red held the most prestigious fortress in all of Gorgoroth. He recruited orcs from far and wide to help him defend. On the first day of the first month, his elite stormed into his throne room. "Sir, we're under attack from at least 1,000 orc." "No problem," said Beca, "fetch me my red armor." This happened again, but this time it was 10,000 orc. After the battle was over, there was a feast and his men asked why he wears all red. Beca with a smirk said, It's so if I get hurt, my men won't see me bleed and will keep on fighting. The following month, one of his elites stormed into the throne room. Sir, we are being attacked by 100,000 men. Beca slowly gets up and says, 100,000? Fetch me my brown armor. Stories are still sung about the brown thunder that smashed its way through troops like stinky butter. The first match is between Naziro the Grinder and Beca the Brown. This is a battle between the Raider and the Defender. Who will take it today? If we look at Naziro's stats, we can see his empathy makes him experience the effects of dazed if his enemies are. He has Cursed Master, so his cursed weapons, bombs and mines will do a little extra empathy damage. He rides Tinder and uses deadly cleavers at range. He's immune to poison and other curses. Looking over at Beca now, he has no real weaknesses in the pits. He still has that gang of loyal elite savages which share his flaming weapon that Naziro has no resistance to. Beca also has the ability to mask the sound from his bowels with a deadly tremor like smash of his mace. He is also immune to beasts and fire. The contenders are now ready. Let's begin the first match of Group 3 Mordor Regional Pit Fighting Championships. The Brown steps up to the plate.
I fight for Sauron, and I will gladly dedicate your death to him.
Inside a fact, Sauron is the Brown's mentor.
Running out of victims already?
And so it begins. The first thing the Brown does is attempt to knock Naziro off his mount, and he does. Follows it up with a hit, but Naziro hits right back and applies that empathy curse. This seems to have caused Brown's bowels to be upset as it sets off that mighty tremor. Oh, relief. The fire damage has caused Naziro to panic, which is giving Brown the opening to attack. If the Grinder wants to win, he needs to keep a level head and can't train blows with the stronger Olog. He needs to get some executions in the Grind away the HP with the curse. Naziro snaps out of it and doesn't get a moment's breath as the Brown is unrelenting. Every hit the Grinder has tried to make has been stopped by a more powerful one. The Brown has so much HP left and the Grinder is down to almost nothing. Fire damage still applied, the tremor comes out again and this fight is almost over as the Brown picks him up and smashes him against the wall. Come on Naziro, get up! There we go, buddy, as the Grinder continues to train blows ineffectively as this seems the end for him. The Brown barely scratches, he finishes his enemy off, popping off his head and displaying it for everyone to see. That dentist is gonna have to send the Brown some royalties for that display. With round 1 going to Beca the Brown, he will proceed to the next bracket. Don't go anywhere. After this short ad break, we will return with a match between Crimp the Bloody and Goon the Caragor Tamer, and I guarantee it will be a close one. Let's take a look at Crimp the Bloody. As a child, Crimp wanted nothing more than to be a dinosaur. A pterodactyl to be precise. So he trained. He trained his bloodlust. He trained his voice. He trained jumping off cliffs and trying to fly. He trained by swooping down on prey and consuming them. After many years of pain and struggle, he was facing his extinction. Seeing death walk towards him, it took the shape of a mighty Quetzalcoatlus, who granted him the soul and therefore the power of the pterodactyl. In exchange, Crimp would be bound to the slaughter, being forced to kill every day of his life to feed, be it beast, orc, or man. And he'll be facing Goon the Caragor Trainer, who has written the book on training the beasts of Mordor.
You do realize you're here to die, right?
Well, less written the book and more killed anyone who said otherwise. In his eyes, power comes from the ability to dominate things, so over the years of training, he can now dominate the toothy things of Mordor with a simple, smouldering look. If that doesn't work, fire definitely does. His Caragor pens are constantly raided, so Goon is no stranger to battle. He charges in with a pack of Caragor, which he names Sir Scratchalot and Captain Claw. If they don't finish the job, this unnaturally tall and imposing orc with his fiery weapons and metal bite-proof gauntlets will. The second match is between Crimp the Bloody and Goon the Caragor Trainer. Goon is sick and tired of Crimp eating all his Caragor. It's the battle between feasting on beasts or training them, and let's see which doctrine is stronger. If we look at Crimp's stats, we can see that he is overcome with bloodlust when blood hits the floor, becoming dazed. He has a gang of mighty Ologs which he keeps around to slaughter when he gets a little hungry. so naturally he is not happy when someone else kills him. He uses a cursed hellbird, can slay beasts instantly, which is bad news for Grunt. He throws out dangerous cleavers at range, is immune to cursed damage and beasts. Taking a look now at Gund, we can see he has no weaknesses in the pits. He does extra fire damage with his flaming weapon. His loyal Caragors, Sir Scratchalot and Captain Claw may have trouble against Push Crimp. He becomes enraged when captains become dazed and is also immune to beasts. The contenders are ready and now begins the second match of Mordor's Regional Pit Fighting Championships. Goon steps up to the plate.
Care to try your hand against me?
Politely offers his opponent a duel. Push Crimp clearly very excited about the opportunity to kill. Now since Push Crimp can easily take out Goon's Caragors, for Goon to get through that shield he needs to first take out the Ologs. This would daze Push Crimp and subsequently enrage Goon, giving him the advantage. Damage is exchanged, but those cleavers with Curse doing a lot of damage to Goon. Sir Scratchalot comes to Goon's rescue but is immediately killed. Rip! Goon, seemingly shocked by the turn of events, is standing around doing nothing. Captain Claw is taken out next by Push Crimp and Gund has done nothing about it. Come on buddy, kill one of the Ologs, and there he goes, only one left to go, and Push Crimp, seemingly impenetrable defenses there, just sitting behind his shield waiting for the opportunity to smack him against the wall. Gund in a lot of trouble here, being double teamed, not being able to get a strike off. Push Crimp bouncing Gund between the Olog and the wall. This is not the spot he wants to be in. Oh no, fire spreads from his enemy to him. Suddenly what was intended to hurt the enemy is his biggest problem as the Olog, and Push Crimp take advantage of the panic. The only way I see Goon coming back from this is if he can take out the last Olog and it gets hit from collateral damage. Will this drop? And it does, dazing Push Crimp. Is this where Goon comes back? Push Crimp in a lot of trouble here, and the second execution comes out, almost evening up the HP, and another hit comes out. One more hit will even it out, and there it is. The last hit, is this the comeback? And no, he pushes him back with his shield. This is incredibly close. One more hit will take him from this point. Who's gonna get it? Is it gonna be Push Crimp or is it gonna be Goon? No, it's Push Crimp as Goon just couldn't get through his shield. Recovering from being dazed at the most critical moment, Push Crimp kept his composure, raised that shield and stabbed at the right moment. With Push Crimp the blood is wind over Gund, he'll be facing Beca the Brown to see who will be the first to go through to the semi-finals. The next match is between Hawk Goldfang and Ar-Pratu Mapkeeper.
Cougar, I walked halfway across Mordor to give you a taste of your own grog.
Hawk Goldfang isn't named after his gold replacement fang. No, very common misconception. You see, Hawk is obsessed with gold, to the point he learned how to work the magical forged Gruntilda and creates his own custom set of gold armor. In the armor he poured his soul, his power and his skill until it became a magically imbued work of art. One that cost him the use of his Orc hood. His fang was accidentally coated in gold during the process. Yes, the downstairs fang. Even so, he became a scourge on the battlefield, bringing fear and envy to all that saw him. That is, until the infamous Scag gold thief stole it from him while he slept. Knowing Scag had entered the tournament in Group 4, Hawk's goal is to make it to the finals, kill him, and reclaim what's his. Having lost his armor, Hawk swore to never equip another breastplate that wasn't gold member. He instead coats himself in gold paint to never forget the soul that he lost. He'll be facing Ar-Pratu Mapkeeper,
You'll never catch me, you maggot!
who was a pretty standard Olog slave until one faithful day sacking an under-mountain dwarven keep. Ar-Pratu, fire in hand, discovered a dusty dwarven library and cowering under a table covered in maps was its keeper. Ar-Pratu, smirking and looking directly into the eyes of the dwarf, lifted his burning mace to set ablaze books beside him. Very quickly, the room lit up. The dwarf screamed in pain for his library and scrambled from under the table to save Dusty's scrolls, putting his body between the flames to do so. Ar-Pratu was curious as to why the dwarf was less concerned with his own life than keeping his scrolls from burning, so he grabbed one of them from the dwarf, opening it up to see a beautifully illustrated map. Ar-Pratu was in awe. Is this what the world looks like outside of Mordor? He thought. Ar-Pratu was reborn that day with new purpose. He stepped over the dwarf's lifeless body, wearing his helmet, maps in hand, and vowed to one day see all the places shown in these beautiful illustrations. Nothing will stop him from achieving his goal, even servitude. With only 5 wins to go to earn his freedom, the Mordor Regional Pit Fighting Championships are his ticket to travelling Middle-earth and beyond. So the third fight today is between Hawk Goldfang and Ar-Pratu Mapkeeper, both needing to survive this championship in order to achieve their goals. So who wants it more? Taking a look at Hawk's skills, we see he has no clear weakness in the pits. He brings with him a gang of mighty gold hunters. He has a poisoned weapon as well and can unleash a hail of bolts from his twin crossbows. Years of tracking Scag the gold thief has taught him a few tricks like laying traps. Seeing his faithful gold hunters drops enrages Hawk. He also is enraged and immune to poison and immune to cursed. Now looking at Ar-Pratu, we see that he is dazed when his gang of Orcs are killed, since they all promised to explore the world together. He is thick-skinned and wields a flame weapon and a flamethrower. He can fight through the pain with determination and is immune to poison, cursed and beast, making Hawk's poison weapon a little less effective against him. The challengers are now ready, so let's begin Fight 3 of Mordor Regional Qualifiers. The Mapkeeper steps up to the plate.
The crowd screams for you. I will make you scream for them.
Is that a prediction or overconfidence?
I'm just getting warmed up. Come get some.
Hawk will most likely need to be cooled down as Mapkeeper immediately pulls out his fire thrower, causing some serious damage. Fire Team Olog is dispatched and tries to put out the blaze by beating it with maces. The Mapkeeper uses this opportunity to smash some of Hawk's filthy gold hunters. Having seen his men drop has made Hawk enraged, which is his opportunity to deal some serious damage to the Mapkeeper. A mix of Wave of Mine and Olog Smash stops the onslaught though, and Hawk is yet to do any notable damage. The Mapkeeper picks up and smashes Hawk easily, which completely expends the rage duration. Hawk is in trouble as an overhead execution brings him down further. If Hawk wants to get through the Mapkeeper's thick skin, he needs to take advantage of that rage. But now with a mix of reach and damage, Hawk is unable to do anything about it but try to time his dodges. The Mapkeeper shrugging off Hawk's blows like it's nothing. If Hawk is to win, he needs to dodge those blows and do damage of his own, just like that. And he also needs to focus his attention on killing those Ologs, which right now he's not doing. He gets some more hits in, but those Ologs proving to be annoying, so he puts down the trap in a desperate attempt to slow down the onslaught. One of the Ologs steps in and gets poisoned. That will be the end of him as the Mankeeper launches off a tremor to keep Hawk coated in fire. Hawk is now well and truly warmed up as the Mapkeeper punches Hawk into his own poison mine. If Hawk can take out the last Olog, maybe he'll have a chance to come back from this, but no, the Mapkeeper ends it before the poison can tick down the last Olog. The Mapkeeper defeats Hawk Goldfang to take the third match of today. With Ar-Pratu, the Mapkeeper's win, he advances to face either Scag Blackheart or Cougar Rage Mind for a spot in the semi-finals.
If you want to quit dead, that's what I'm here for.
Everything about Scag is speculation. All we know is that he's an assassin that operates inside of Mordor. What he truly looks like under that mask is a mystery. His confirmed kills are a mystery. Was he even born a killer? No one knows, and that's how Scag likes it. We can expect the use of poison, daggers, and other bladed weapons. The rumor is that he accepted a contract on Tuka the Pretender, and the easiest way to take him out is to do so in the pits, where he will be limited in the amount of decoys he can have. He has trained his body to counter Tuka, becoming one with the flame, throwing knives around shields and more. Will Scag make it that far? Not if Cougar Rage Mind has anything to say about it. If he says anything at all, that is. Cougar is a definition of insane. He loves poison, he loves explosions, and he loves poison. He also loves poison. Did I mention that poison caused him to lose his mind? Poison. Poison, poison. Poison. Did you guys look at Cougar's entry form before you gave me the script? Unbelievable. Poison, yum, he, poison, give me, let's eat. Cougar is the best. Poison, boom, poison, poison, bring the noise in. Well, moving on, the fourth fight is a battle of who has the deadlier poison. Scag Blackheart versus Cougar Rage Mind. Taking a look at Scag's skills, he has no immediate weaknesses. He has epic throwing knives which get the poison bonus from his poison weapons and can pierce shields. He's agile, dodging attacks, and is enraged by burning. He is also fire, cursed, and beast proof, but not poison proof. Cougar Rage Mind is not weak. No. He has poison. Lots of poison, yes. Me mad all time, poison, no curse, just poison. Seriously guys, are you just messing with me now? Unbelievable. Last time we let Orcs submit their bio and skill sets. Well, look, we can assume because he isn't immune to poison that at least Scag has a chance here. The combatants are ready, now begins the fourth fight of Group 3 Mordor Regional Pit Fighting Championships. Cougar pulls out a spear and steps up. Giggling about poison, I assume.
I want a challenge. Anyone got one for me?
As Scag demands a challenge, the fight begins as Scag skillfully dodges Cougar's spear and launches off some daggers. If Scag is to win, he needs to deal damage fast before Enraged by Everything kicks in, which is exactly what just happens. He dealt a considerable amount of damage within the first 10 seconds of this fight, but Cougar, being enraged, is clawing that lead right back. Both combatants are poisoned, but Cougar's is stronger. It's hard for Scag to dodge this unrelenting assault as the HP total is swinging towards Cougar's favor. Scag tries to even it out with a body slam. This will give him a chance to get some distance and launch off some more daggers, which he does. Scag is now in the lead as Rage Mind gets enraged again. Scag not catching a break as Cougar unrelentingly backs Scag up into a poison mine to end the fight with a poisonous explosion. We were promised poison, and that's what we got, ladies and gentlemen. With Cougar Rage Mind's win, he'll be facing Ar-Pratu Mapkeeper in a battle of fire and poison to see who will qualify for the semi-finals. But first, a quick ad break. Don't go anywhere, we'll be right back with Fight 5 between Beca the Brown and Crimp the Bloody to determine the first semi-finalist. Welcome back, the combatants are almost ready. This is a battle of bodily fluids as Beca and Crimp fight to see who will make it to the semis. So let's look at the kill cam to see exactly what brought our combatants to this moment. Beca dominates Naziro the Grinder in round 1, displaying his dental work for all to see. Crimp and Goon the Cougar trainer have a much closer match. Crimp almost dropping to Goon's amazing comeback, but in the end snapping out of it and finishing him with a combination of defense and offense. Recapping their skills, we can see that Beca isn't immune to Crimp's cursed damage. Crimp is not fire immune as well, so Beca needs to apply that fire and kill Crimp's gang, which will daze Crimp and allow Beca to take the win. Crimp needs to outlast the daze, like he did with the Cougar tamer, to win with a strong defense. Okay, the combatants are ready, let's begin match 5 of Group 3 Mordor Regional Pit Fighting Championships. Crimp steps up to the plate. Screeching in pure delight.
Die for the glory of Sauron.
And for our glory as well, as both waste no time getting in and applying some damage. Brown is cursed while the Bloody is on fire. Crimp then hides behind his shield, avoiding a smash and slash, taking out 2 savages with no effort at all, a third as well. This really shows how strong these competitors are from the rabble. The Brown and the remaining savages focus one of the Orcs who is tougher than he looks. Keep in mind, fire damage does more damage up front than poison does, so this Orc is taking a considerable amount of damage. He should be dropping very, very soon, and there he goes. No, he gets back up. He really is tougher than he looks, as the Bloody goes for the cleavers, but gets interrupted by the Brown. One Orc Orlog drops and only 1 to go before Push Crimp is dazed. Push Crimp has a commanding HP lead. The Brown yet to truly do damage to the Bloody. Brown keeps trying to hit and keeps getting pushed back, so far unable to breach the defenses of Push Crimp. He needs to take out the other Orlog if he's to start dishing out the pain, and he does get a hit in and attempts to go for another as Push Crimp comes to his buddy's rescue and deals major damage to the Brown. The Brown then turns around knowing he needs to go for that Orlog, rushes after him, misses the first blow, misses the second as the cleavers come out, nearly killing the Brown. The Brown is almost dead as the last Orlog drops. Push Crimp is now dazed. This is the chance for the Brown to do major damage. He hits him over the head. That is a lot of damage coming out, and the HP totals have almost completely evened out. Another hit completely avoided. He goes for the grab as the daze wears off. Push Crimp just needing one more hit to take it, and he does. Beca, the Brown, taken out. Push Crimp clearly has death on his side as he takes the first spot in the semi-finals. Push Crimp, the king of survival, has the crowd in an uproar. What a match. With its conclusion, we have our first semi-finalist. He will be facing either Ar-Pratu Mapkeeper or Cougar Ragemind. So let's see who will be for the final match of today. The combatants are almost ready. This is a battle between fire and poison. Which is stronger today? Let's look at the kill cam to see what exactly brought our challengers to this moment. The Mapkeeper punches Hook around to easily take round 3 with a new skull for the collection. Cougar Ragemind riddled Scag with too many punches to handle in a blind fury as he takes round 4. Recapping their skills, we see that Ar-Pratu is poison proof, giving him an advantage through the Ragemind's primary strategy. He also puts out fire, which Cougar is not immune to. If Cougar is to win, he needs to make the most out of enraging to dish out enough damage to get through the Mapkeeper's thick skin, or take out the Mapkeeper's gang and finish him while he's dazed. Okay, the combatants are ready. Let's begin the final match of Group 3 Mordor Regional Pit Fighting Championships. Cougar steps up to the plate. Clearly still thinking about poison.
You have chosen when you will die. I will choose how.
As the Mapkeeper has a tough choice ahead, but my vote is on barbecue. Cougar immediately panics from the flames. This is not the position he wants to be in as Fireteam Orlog rushes to the rescue, but get caught on fire themselves. Could this mean roasted Orlog soon, which will give Cougar an advantage? Cougar punched to the wall, and meanwhile an Orlog steps in the poison mine and Balefire takes it out. Cougar, already pretty low in life, can't seem to push himself out of the corner as he starts panicking again. This is definitely not where Cougar wants to be. More fire, says the Mapkeeper as he continues to press his advantage. Wow, Cougar gets his first hit in, doing almost nothing to the Mapkeeper. And finally, he's enraged, but thrown aside with no respect. The Orlog not giving Cougar a chance to take advantage of the enrage, but still a little bit of damage comes out. He needs to focus his enrage to that Orlog. One hit will stun the Mapkeeper at this point, but he continues to go for the Mapkeeper. The Mapkeeper roars a little bit, which doesn't stop Cougar, but the Orlog hits Mapkeeper and redeems himself by hitting Cougar again. This is keeping him stun-locked as the enrage wears off. This is not where he wants to be. He wants an uninterrupted spear session, but that Orlog bodyguard is stun-locking Cougar, not letting him take advantage of that enrage as he gets enraged again. You need to take out that Orlog, Cougar. You can do it. As he ignores it over and over again, hit after hit, goes for Mapkeeper, doesn't seem to do much. The enrage is slowly wearing down as he takes a tremor attack, and that fire damage is applying to Cougar. Not much damage coming out to the Mapkeeper as enrage wears off again. Cougar, seemingly unhappy with his performance, rages for another time. This is the opportunity to start doing damage, but he just can't seem to get a good run of it as Ar-Pratu takes out Cougar Ragemind convincingly. What a match, and I'm sure a lot of Cougar Ragemind fans will be unhappy with the way he handled that fight, but honestly, I don't know if he could have won even if he did daze the Mapkeeper. That HP was undaunted, but with its conclusion, we have the first semi-finalists. Ar-Pratu's win secures his place in the semi-finals against Crimp the Bloody, both very strong combatants, and this commentator has absolutely no idea he'll take this, as Crimp has shown that he has the will of a survivor and death on his side. Ar-Pratu has shown he brings the inferno, unrelenting in his matches and virtually untouched. So Crimp and Ar-Pratu will join Shakar, Ratak, Tukar and Skoth in the semi-finals. We have one qualifier left and our semi-final lineup will then be complete. Once again, be sure to keep your eyes peeled to Slash Potatoes, and if you are subscribed, hit that little bell button too. It'll ensure you know when I post the latest videos. You'll have the chance to win a game up to the value of $50 USD, which Crimp, Ar-Pratu, Ratak, Shakar, Skoth and Tukar will all be voted on, so leave your thoughts in the comments. Once again, random comments will be pinned to gain an extra entry into the competition. So join us soon for the qualifying match, after which there will be a video release showcasing the semi-finalists and explaining how you can vote. I am excited to see just how this tournament shapes up. Thanks for watching, guys. I had a lot of fun making this video and I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe and click that little bell below. And if you haven't already, be sure to join my Discord. It's full of fantastic like-minded individuals and you get to talk to me directly as well. So I'm Potatoes and I'll see you next time.